so let's get right into challenge number 2. Our second challenge consists of 2 phases. In the first phase, the players will randomly choose a letter and stand on their platform. Then, they will drop onto the trigger plate, where one of the 3 players will die. The first player to die will get the 3rd place track for phase 2 of the challenge. The remaining 2 players once again will randomly choose a letter and drop onto the trigger plate. And again, one of them will become the 2nd player to die. This will give the 2nd player the 2nd place track in phase 2. The player who lives through both attempts will get the 1st place track. In phase 2 of the challenge, the players start on their respective tracks. The 3rd place track is the most difficult, as they will have to make a couple of jumps in order to avoid falling on the spikes. Then, they keep on going until the end, making a left and going through the door. The 2nd place track is much easier. They don't need to make any jumps. Simply avoid touching the spikes on either side, go all the way to the end of the track, make a right, and through the door. And the 1st place track is the easiest and shortest. No spikes or jumping to worry about, just a straight line to the door. Once through the door, they will have to make their way through a large maze with a lot of turns and dead ends. The contestant to make it through the door on the opposite end of the maze first will win the challenge. None of our contestants have decided to play a perk this time, so we'll cut right to the challenge. The players have agreed on their own which platform to stand on, so there's no need to roll any dice. We'll have glass sandwich on A, whiskey on B, and lotus on C. And they are off. Starting off with Lotus looking like he just cannot get a break. He immediately dies here. So Lotus will go and wait on the 3rd place track. Next up is Glass Sandwich and Whiskey. Once again, they've all agreed on their own which letters to pick, so no need to roll the dice here. Glass is on A and Whiskey is on B. Going for the 2nd run, who will it be?
I knew it.
And there it goes, Glass Sandwich being taken out and getting 2nd place. This means that Whiskey will get the 1st place track, which comes with a slight advantage, being the shortest and the safest track. The 2nd phase of the challenge is now beginning. The players are ready on their tracks and waiting for the countdown. New bedrolls have been placed in case anyone dies, and this is where they will need to respawn and start again. And they are off. Lotus up first, going up this ramp, and falling to his death. Whiskey's moving on here. Whiskey and Glass have both entered the maze. Now, this maze is quite large, so getting lost and disoriented is very easy. Back with Lotus, looks like he's making his way towards the maze entrance. Looks like it's anyone's challenge right now. None of the players are making any meaningful progress. That's Glass Sandwich on the bottom right of the screen. Although it seems like he's ahead, he's actually going the wrong way. Nothing but dead ends through that long hallway. As I was saying earlier though, the maze is gigantic. If the players marked the entrance on their compass, that would make it a little bit easier for them, however. Understanding whether you need to go north, east, west, or south is something they should have paid attention to before getting inside. All three are completely lost. Glass is still on the bottom right, and he realizes that it's all dead ends on this side, and the long path is just a trick. Looks like he's on his way heading back to try again. Whiskey is still ahead of him. She's actually the closest to the right path right now. Whiskey and Glass actually just passed each other. Glass is going the right way, and Whiskey is not, meaning Glass has just taken the lead. In fact, Lotus and Whiskey are completely lost. They appear to have not even made it through the first half of the maze. This has to be extremely frustrating for them. I mean, to keep running into these dead ends, to think you're going the right way and all of a sudden you have to turn all the way back. While Whiskey and Lotus are struggling, Glass is actually making some significant progress here. He's getting much closer to the end of the maze. Meanwhile, it looks like Lotus is going through the long path with all of those dead ends, where Glass went first. Glass Sandwich is suddenly making all of the right turns. He's getting very close. Glass Sandwich could be the first one to make it out of the maze. He's just making all of the right turns. He just knows all of a sudden. And with Glass making the final turn, he is the first to get out of the maze. Glass Sandwich gets his second challenge win, earning him another 10 levels. Congratulations, Glass. That was a difficult maze. The correct path was a windy one. And here is a top view of the entire maze, showing us the correct path to the exit.